Hey guys, welcome for your weekly updates, and today I'm going to be looking at the chart of Bitcoin as usual, and I'm going to be talking about the stock market as well. I think this is a hot topic, and I think there's a lot of people worried about what the stock market is doing and how this is going to affect crypto prices, not just the stock market, but the global situation in general and all the conflicts in Europe and everything that's going on around the world right now. I think a lot of people are concerned and worried about how this is going to affect crypto prices. So this is a historical moment for my YouTube channel, because this is the first time in all these years that I had this YouTube channel. Today is the first time I'm saying the stock market is going into a bear market. For all the years that I had this channel before, of course I took a long break. Now I didn't upload for over a year recently, but for all the years I had this channel before, I remember everyone was calling tops for the stock market, and I was like, no. Well, now yes, now I think the stock market is going into a bear market, and the main reason I think this is the case is because the Nasdaq already officially went into a bear market. And historically, since the Nasdaq exists, every time the Nasdaq goes into a bear market, the S&P follows and goes into a bear market as well. So because the Nasdaq is already officially in a bear market, because it already closed below 20% correction from the highs. That's one of the things that defines a bear market in the stock market. And I don't want this video to be 2 hours long, but that's one thing that defines a bear market. And I can say that Nasdaq is officially in a bear market already, so I expect the S&P to follow. However, I don't think this is going to be a very severe bear market like the one we had in the in the years 2000s or in 2008, when the tech bubble or when the housing bubble. I don't think that's the situation is similar to these two. I think this is more similar to the bear market. There was here in the 1990s, when there was war conflicts in the Middle East. This one here. So this was when Iraq was invading Kuwait, and the market went into a correction. I remember this was on the news like 24/7 back then, and this was more or less a 6 months bear market for just over 20% correction. I think the situation is more similar to this than when we had the tech bubble or the housing bubble. When in the year 2000s, when the tech bubble here, this was the S&P following the Nasdaq, and most of the companies in the Nasdaq back then, back then new internet companies, most of them weren't even profitable companies. Today days, most companies are very profitable companies. So I think the conditions are very different. I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but I don't think this is going to be a very severe bear market like in here or in here. It's more like, I think we are more or less halfway down and halfway in terms of time as well. So I do have a bearish target here just below $4,000 for the S&P. This is based on an ABCD correction. I guess I'll show you very quick. So if we go into the daily candles here, you guys know nothing goes up or down in a straight line. It always goes up or down in wave patterns. So this would be A. This here is A. This is B. This is C, and this is D down here. This green line here, and so when you have a sharp move, in this case in the downside, but it goes also in the upside, when you have a sharp move in the downside, and then the corrective wave, which is this movement up, the corrective wave goes to the 618 or the 78.6, and then the sharp move continues. You have continuation, in this case in the downside. So if the price bounces, the corrective wave bounces on the 618 or the 78.6, and then you have sharp continuation, you can expect this wave down to be the same vertical distance that we have from A to B is going to be the same as from C to D. And you can see this is about the same vertical distance. For some reason it didn't pick up the logarithmic scale, but anyways, I did this before, and the target is down here at this green line, which is the same vertical distance from A to B than from C to D. So I expect for the short term, pretty quick, the price to go down here to this green line just below $4,000, and from here I expect a relief bounce. I expect a big bounce from here and then have one more low, and I think that's that's pretty likely going to be the end of this bear market. I think it's going to be breaking this line here, because this from the all-time highs to this bearish target, it's not even a 20% correction, so that wouldn't even be a bear market. It would be only a medium-term correction. So because the Nasdaq already went into a bear market, meaning the Nasdaq already closed below a 20% correction, I think the same thing is going to happen, because historically it happened every single time. And again, guys, I don't want this video to be super long, but you can cross-check this yourselves going into the past and looking at history. Every single time the Nasdaq goes into a bear market, the S&P 500 follows. So I think it's going to go below this. I think it's going to at some point close below 20% correction. So when and if the price gets here, when and if we have a bounce here, and when and if this starts to correct back down again, then I will try to, first of all, I'm going to use options to short the market, to take advantage of the bear market. So I'm going to try to estimate resistance levels to take a strategic short, and then I'm going to try to find good support levels to close the short and to buy the dip when and if this goes below this green line. I don't know yet the support levels. You guys know you have to take this day by day and week by week, but that's what I'm looking to do right now in the stock market. I am holding a couple of good, good quality, very profitable companies. That's my long-term holdings, and I'm not planning to sell those at all. I'm just planning to use options to take a strategic short here to take advantage of the bear market, but I'm not selling my long-term positions because, first of all, like I said, I don't expect this to be a very severe bear market. I could be wrong, but even if I'm wrong, I found over the years that it's very difficult when you try to get out of the market, because you see a correction and when you have the intention of getting back in for lower prices. I find this to be very difficult, and many times you end up buying for much higher prices that you sold. So I don't want to risk that because I know, if you look in the long term, like good profitable companies, that's barely a prediction. Like, we all know this. The prices are gonna be much higher than ever before. Like, that's just how it is. Due to inflation, if nothing else. That's like barely a prediction. I'm not gonna take the risk of selling now. I prefer to use options to short, and I use options because I find it less risky than shorting by using other means. Because with options you only risk the premium of the spread of the specific option that you are using. But if you are using ETFs or there's other ways of shorting the market. If you don't use a stop loss and the market actually rebounds and starts to go back up, then there's no limit in what you can lose. So I use options, but whatever you like, whatever. You can use whatever you use, but that's how I do it. So this is my view and my opinion on the stock market right now. I hope it's clear what I'm trying to explain so far. And now, how does this affect crypto prices? I think this is affecting crypto prices right now, and it's going to affect crypto prices in the very short term. And when I say very short term, I mean from now until the next couple of months. We've seen there's a lot of volatility in the crypto markets right now. You guys know I have been showing the fear and greed index a lot lately, and we have right now extreme fear in the market. It's been the case for the past whatever long here, for quite some time now. So I thought this was all about fear and greed, but recently I realized this is not so much about fear and greed, but it's a lot about uncertainty in the markets because of the bear market in traditional markets and because of the war conflicts that we have in Europe right now. So I think there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets right now. That's shown on the recent volatility. Uncertainty in markets is not a good thing. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a bullish sign, exactly. But I don't think this is going to affect Bitcoin or crypto prices in the long term. I think in the short term, like I said, from now and until the next couple of months, I just don't know what to expect here. I just don't know. I just have no idea. I think it's very unlikely that we make a new low lower than 33 here. I'm still saying this was the low of the downswing because of this downswing here, because the price went down too much and didn't go up a lot. The price went down too much and didn't go up enough. That's what I see. So I think it's very extended in the downside. I think we had capitulation here already. So I think the most likely is that we don't go below 33. But to be honest, if we were to make a low here, a very quick, dump and pump, like we could have a week below 33, in the next, like I said, from now until the next couple of months, I wouldn't be super surprised either, because like I said, the current volatility, it's showing there's a lot of uncertainty. Uncertainty in markets is not a good sign. Anything can happen, irrational moves. I expect irrational moves, irrational things to happen in the short term. In the medium term, nothing changes, and when I say medium term, it's like I said, the next couple of months and ahead. So just like I said for the stock market, just like I wouldn't be selling my long-term positions here no matter what, I say the same for Bitcoin because I have holding power. Holding power, I mean, I can hold easily for the next couple of months. I can hold for the next several years, me personally. So, but what I'm saying here is if you have holding power, if you can hold for the next 2-3 months, I would be holding and I would be ignoring short-term moves. In the short term, like I don't know what to expect, honestly. I just don't know. But I don't think this uncertainty in the markets is going to last longer than a couple months. And maybe the bear market for traditional stocks doesn't last much longer than a couple more months either. So, yeah. I wish I could be more specific for the short term, but I can. You see, guys, I left this green zone here. On the chart, I had this green zone for a very long time now. I estimate this to be the accumulation consolidation area. So I think anything in this green zone is a good buy, and if it's below it, it's even better. Because like I said, yeah, we could wick down here for the very short term, but Bitcoin would probably be bought back very quick back up to the green zone. So I'm leaving this green zone here as my estimated consolidation accumulation zone, and nothing really changed on my medium term view and obviously on my long term view. And guys, I hope it's clear everything I explained today on this video. I think that's all. If you're interested in free education, go to my website and watch my free trading courses and tutorials. If you're interested in daily updates and in knowing my picks for my 2022 hodl portfolio, go ahead and purchase my private membership. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have 50% discount on any plan, only for the first 3 people to use the discount code. So the code is gonna be down in the description. And if you're interested in more updates than the updates I do for YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to my free Telegram channel here on Telegram. Oh, by the way, I did this poll the other day as well. So I asked bullish or bearish, and we had 41% bullish buying dips, 28% bearish, we're going to new lows, and 31% neutral other. So the way I interpret this poll is that, like I said, there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets. One, because there's pretty equal votes for the 3 options. It's not like from 40% to 30%, it's not a huge gap. It's not like, you know, it's not like 80 versus 20 or even 70 versus 30. It's pretty equal, and there's a lot of votes as well, another 30%, basically pretty equal votes for the 3 options. In this group, in this channel, in this Telegram channel, there's more bulls than bears. I know that because first, I am bullish bias. So generally, the people that are going to follow me are going to have similar opinions with mine. Generally, of course, not everyone. Of course, I follow people which I disagree with sometimes, and I have no problem with that. So of course there's people that's going to disagree with me sometimes, and they're still going to follow me, but as a general thing, most people who follow me are going to have similar opinions with mine. And because I'm bullish bias, I know there's going to be more bulls than bears in this group. Not only that, also every single time the markets take a dip, every single time the Bitcoin goes into, like in this dip here, this dip here, and this dip here, every single time this happened, a lot of people unsubscribes from these channels. So I know there's more bulls than bears. So the fact that there's more, a little bit more bullish votes here, it's not exactly a representation of the actual markets. It's more a representation of my specific Telegram channel. But anyways, with all in all, we have pretty equal votes, which tells me there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets, and this again is also shown on the current volatility. So I guess one more thing I said for members, and I'm gonna say here for YouTube as well, volatility, high volatility in markets means high risk, but also higher potential reward. So if you want to do the short-term trading for Bitcoin or crypto in general, now is the time to do it. You can go into smaller time frames and trade the volatility. And the best tool that I know to trade high volatile markets is the BB, the Bollinger Bands. So you can buy and sell. If you have, you can go to the 1 hour or to the 30 minutes chart, and buy and sell based on the BBs every time the price is outside the BBs, in the upside or in the downside. You can buy and sell. So I said that for members. When was it? I don't know. The price was somewhere here, I think. Yeah, exactly. I think I said it after we had this pump and dump, and also this one here. This pump and dump was the first warning sign to me of very high uncertainty in the markets. And then we had this one here. If you see this candle that has a very long upper shadow and a little bit of lower shadow as well. This was another like pump and dump that happened in literally 5 to 10 minutes. So that's a lot of volatility. That's next level volatility even for crypto. So from here, I told my members, if you want to trade, do the short-term trading, now is the time to trade the volatility in short time frames, like the 30 minutes or the 1 hour. If you trade the 30 minutes or the 1 hour, you're going to be taking in average one trade every day. And you can just do that. Just buy and sell every time the price goes outside the BBs in the upside or in the downside. So here you could have sold, and here you buy, and here you sell, and here you wait, and then you wait. Here I wouldn't be buying and selling here, even though it went outside, because the the bands are very tight. So ideally you want to do that when the bands are more, separate from each other, not during these tightening periods here. It's just not worth it, and it usually indicates it's tightening. It's usually signaling that when it's done tightening, you're going to have a big move. So here you would be waiting. When you see the bands are getting tight and staying tight, you just wait. You don't sell the, you don't buy this, you don't buy and sell this. You just wait, and then you wait for the big move. And then you would have been buying here and selling here. So that's how you use the Bollinger Bands to trade the volatility in short time frames. And pretty easy to monitor yourselves and to do it yourselves. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next week. Bye.